We are live, Eric Oliver.
All right.
Hey,
Good morning.
are you a musician?
I play the drum, like the djembe. It's an
Yeah,
African hand drum. Yep.
yeah. And so, like, I mean, I was playing Didge, I think, when we met. Like, I still play
Right.
Didge. I have 3 or 4 Didges around. Maybe sometime we should play some music on Get Shit Done.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. I don't have
You,
my drum with me. It's back
oh,
in Hawaii right now, but yeah.
all right, all right. Well, work on getting yourself a drum if you can. In the
Okay.
meantime,
Yep.
um, so I had an idea this morning for positive focus that's
Okay.
slightly different. Um, I'm guessing you'll be into it, but if for some reason you're not, so instead of positive focus, why don't we do moment of appreciation? And not that doesn't mean we always have to do moment, but I was thinking about appreciation and me personally, I don't tell people what I appreciate about them very much. Uh,
Mm.
I, as a kid, I was really bad at accepting compliments or believing people when they complimented me. I would even generally think, oh, they're trying to get something out of me by being nice, right? Like they're
Yep.
trying to butter me up for something. They're trying to manipulate me in some way,
Right.
you know?
Yep.
Very on the defensive when anyone would give me a compliment.
Hmm.
Like, and like, I don't need compliments from the outside world, but it's really
Yep.
because like my self-confidence was messed up, right?
Yeah.
And but as a result, I don't really appreciate myself very much most of the time.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't verbalize what I appreciate about other people most of the time because I'm like, well, I only want to say it if I really, really mean it. Like if it's really important. So
Yep.
they know I'm not like full of crap, so
Hmm.
they know I'm being genuine. And so maybe there's something to that, but like still like letting people know when you have the conscious awareness that you appreciate something about them, letting them know is usually a good idea in my experience. And i
Totally.
don't i don't do it enough. And so for positive focus, what I'm going to do this morning is just say that I really appreciate you, Eric. And I specifically like so we probably met in like 19, maybe we met in the year 2000.
Something like
It
that.
could have been
Yeah.
in the year 2000,
2000, maybe 1998,
or
somewhere
9.
in,
Yeah,
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 somewhere in there.
somewhere in that zone. And that was a long time ago.
Long
You know,
time
it's
ago.
like
Yeah.
25 plus years ago.
Yep.
And like, um, I like that you always kind of have a smirk on your face. Like, but like you're usually in a pretty good mood. I know you
Most of the time.
like everybody has bad moods. Everybody can get depressed. Everybody can get grumpy. Everybody can be a jerk, whatever. But like, um, I think this is something you have in common with your brother Chris, is you always both kind of are like seeing something really ridiculous in the world everywhere all the time, it seems like.
Probably.
Um,
Yeah.
and I mean, you laugh a lot, right? Like, which is really
Totally.
great. But like, at least in my experience of you, like you're like we're on day 14. You're showing up consistently. You uh are willing to do the work, whatever that happens to be. And like I enjoy talking to you. So I just wanted to, like as a co-host, as a friend, as a perhaps future business partner, to where whatever, like
Hmm.
or just as a person, like those are some pretty awesome things that I appreciate about you.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I
Yeah,
appreciate that. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So I'll have my, what are we calling it? Appreciation
I just pulled moment of appreciation out of my
moment
ass.
of,
Like,
yeah, I'll have my moment of
call it what you
appreciation.
will. Call it what you will.
Yeah. I appreciate you, Tellman. I really do. You've been so helpful to me, recently and also in the past. And yeah, I see you as somebody that has so much knowledge and experience and expertise in marketing, in entrepreneurship, and all of the things that it takes to build success. And you've been incredibly generous in sharing that with me on a consistent and regular basis at a very high level. I mean, I I feel like it's incredibly valuable what you've been sharing with me, and I see the value in it. And yeah, I mean, a really high level of value that you
What?
share with me.
So the value is a cool term, but it's also a little vague. Like,
Okay.
for you, what's valuable to you? Like, what's been valuable to you about that? Just so that I know. Like, I'm very curious.
Right.
Like, what
Okay.
do you
So I've
find
been in a
valuable?
lot of group coaching situations. I've taken courses. I mean, courses, it's like there's nothing personal about the information you get. It's
Right.
like they give you a chunk of something and you can try and extrapolate and apply it to your situation. In a group coaching situation, you can apply, if they're doing hot seat coaching with other group members, you can apply what they're coaching those people on into your situation, or maybe you'll get on the hot seat coaching yourself and get some
Right.
direct feedback. And with you, I'm getting a lot of direct one-on-one tailored mentorship, which is something that, I mean, if you were to pay for that from somebody of
No,
your
no,
level of expert,
you'd be paying like 50 or 100 grand a year for like, yeah, right.
that's what I'm talking about. No, and
Yeah.
I know that, and I recognize the value in that. And on top of that, I just feel like a level of camaraderie with you, and like you're a great friend. And yeah, I appreciate like how far we go back. The fact that you lived with my brother back in college
Right.
days, and
Right.
yeah, are an all around cool dude that's like got a lot of cool interests, the didgeridoo thing, the shamanism in your past, the hypnosis,
Well,
all of it's awesome. And yeah, I've also benefited profoundly from your hypnosis sessions.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, I have a lot of appreciation for you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Nice. Cool. Cool. Well, so like that's another really great way to do positive focus, right?
It
And
is,
so
yeah.
for everybody watching, like, what's something or someone that you appreciate? They don't even need to be alive, whatever. It doesn't need to be a person, but in the comments, share, like, what are you most appreciative? Whether it's a person and why, or a place, or an experience, or an object, right? What are you most appreciative of right now? And one of the cool things about sharing genuine appreciation is that it makes you feel good too,
It
just by
does.
sharing it. Like, both people feel good, right? Um, So great way to kick off a meeting, right? Or a discussion. Cool. So what we're talking about today is when shit hits the fan, and we're going to talk a little bit about disruption, about
Hmm.
getting sidelined, about getting mentally, emotionally, perhaps physically distracted from what you're working on or trying to accomplish when you hit a rough patch, right? In one way, shape, or form. What do you do? What do you do? How do you handle it? Or what are some of the options, right? And so we're going to talk about that. Eric had a rough patch, and he's working through it. And so we're also going to talk about how to be successful just in general, and it's directly related to how to deal with a rough patch, because rough patches they come all the time, right? All sorts of stuff. I have found a particular yoga teacher to be extremely inspirational, especially in embodying the get shit done principles. Though I'm sure I don't know her personally, but I've been watching a lot of her yoga videos, and then looking at her whole business and so on, and I'm really impressed. And so I'm going to share with you guys a model that's in full alignment with get shit done, that I think you can take to the bank, like you can really use in the long term to build your business. And then if we have time, we're going to talk about some of the details of the future of Get Shit Done, and what I think we're going to be creating, building, and launching over the next 6 months. So
Awesome.
and yesterday's work party. We're going to talk about yesterday's work party. So those are
Cool.
the things that are on my agenda. Who knows if we'll talk about any of them. So Eric,
Yeah.
with respecting everybody's privacy that was involved and blah blah blah, like,
Yep.
basically, you got your productivity ass kicked, like you fell off the
Totally.
rail. Like
Yeah.
so in broad strokes, what happened? Where are you at now? And either what questions do you have, or what do you want to share about that experience?
Right. Okay. So, I mean, basically what happened is I've been working on maintaining just beast mode, crushing my goals. And in the midst of that, I've had some instances, it seems like quite a few of them lately. And again,
Yeah, where's the least common denominator on that?
I know, right? Stuff outside of me just knocking me every which way. And
I'm laughing
yes,
with you, by the way, dude. By the way, that wasn't laughing at you.
no, I get that.
Totally
No,
go through the
I can
same
laugh
thing.
at,
I get it.
also, but
Get it.
yeah, it's like things that happen that have, importance and require my time, focus, and energy like at a higher level than normal, which means that I have to diminish the level of time, energy, and focus that I would normally put into the work that I'm doing, the goals that I'm moving towards. So, yeah, some stuff happened yesterday that really, it felt quite derailing. And what I am finding is, it's not sure whatever happens that's outside of your control, but how can you respond to it? Like, are you going to react to it? Are you going to be the victim of it? Or can you respond consciously? Can you try and maintain your center through it? And obviously, I wasn't able to put as much time and focus into the work that I had planned on doing for the day, but I was still able to do some of the work. And yeah, I was thinking about something I learned from a previous mentor, Tim Irway, who you
Oh
also
yeah,
know,
yeah, he's a good
Tellman.
friend.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. And he taught me about the Pareto's principle, which is
Right.
focusing on the 20% that'll get you the 80% of results. So focusing on the most important thing. If you can't do all of the things, at least focus on that one really important thing that's going to move you forward the most.
Right.
And yeah, for me right now, that looks like driving traffic to my Facebook group, nurturing the Facebook group. So basically, welcoming new people in and sharing some value with them. How can I help them? And that's been, it's been great to know, to feel clarity on what those key things are for myself. In the past, I didn't really know what to focus on so
Right.
much, and I was just kind of like really scattered and trying this, trying that. So yeah, when things are going sideways, trying to maintain as much clarity within myself and calmness and put as much energy into those key items as I can. And also, yeah, thinking about a great book. I didn't read it, but I listened to the audiobook version, Atomic Habits. And it just talks about,
I own it, but I've never read it.
okay,
Yeah, it's been
it's a
recommended
great
to me
one.
many times, but I haven't gone through it.
Yeah, well, in a nutshell, it's basically those even just small, consistent actions that compound over time
Right.
and get you to where you're going.
Right.
And yeah, just maintaining that consistency through the
Well, it's just
storm.
like, okay, do a round of push-ups every day.
Hmm.
Every day, try to do one more than you did the previous day. Some
Yeah,
days you'll be able to do it. Some days you won't. Some days you might even do less. But the focus is try to do one more than you did the previous day.
yep,
Okay? That's it. Do it for a year. You're going to be freaking ripped. like,
totally.
like you're gonna be like your upper body and your arms are like, unless you're unless you already go and like work out hard at the gym all the time, you're gonna be like in super good shape,
Yep.
or at least that part of your body is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So are you trying to relay your story, or are you trying to ask a question, or are you trying to share some advice right now?
Um, yeah, I guess mostly just kind of sharing my experience. Maybe it can help other people that are watching if it's relatable to you,
Right.
and we can always learn from each other. And then also, you're here with us, Tellman, and I'm curious, like, I'm sure you've had stuff go sideways in your life. How
Dude,
do you roll through those
most
situations?
most stuff in my life has gone sideways. So um yeah, so here's there are a couple things, right?
Yep.
Um One is I really, really, really have found a love for 75 hard. This is
Cool.
the fourth time I've done it.
Right.
It's really hard, but it's getting easier.
Great.
And but as it gets easier, it also gets harder. And
Okay.
so I restarted phase 0 of 75 hard on the first of the year.
All right. Why don't you
Um
share what that is for anybody
Yeah, so
watching that doesn't know?
75 Hard is a mental toughness program developed by a guy I don't know personally named Andy Frisella. And it's at 75hard.com. You can opt in and you can do 75 Hard for free, right? It's a free thing. And there's a recorded podcast episode that he gives you after you opt into his list. You can buy the book for $20. You can buy the app for $5. I recommend both, but you don't have to do either. 75 Hard seems like a weight loss program, but it's not. But you'll lose weight and you'll get in better shape. So it's a mental toughness training program that, in my opinion, what it does is it strengthens the mental muscle that's responsible for you following through on the commitments that you make to yourself that nobody else knows about. Yeah.
Cool.
The ones that you like say to yourself, I'm going to do that. And it lasts a day. Right.
Right.
Which we all have, right? We've all
Mm-hmm.
struggled with that. And so
Yep.
75 Hard gets you better at making firm commitments and then fucking doing them. Okay. And that includes the following. Here's how it works. It's deceptively simple. Consistency is the kicker. Okay. And that's for me anyway. I've always struggled with consistency. And so it really helps me to activate consistency in a lot more areas of my life. So first of all, you have to work out twice a day, minimum of 45 minutes each. One of those workouts must be outside, no matter what time of day it is, no matter where you live, no matter what the weather or the conditions are, or whether you're sick or not. Okay. Like,
Wow.
you just have to work out minimum of 45 minutes outside within that 24-hour, within between waking up in the morning and going to sleep at night.
Right.
You have to work out twice. It doesn't have to be the same workout every day. You can rotate it in all sorts of different ways, but you need to be breathing hard and sweating. Like, it needs to be a workout, right?
Okay. Yep.
This isn't like a leisurely stroll,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you're not huffing and puffing, no beans.
Mm-hmm.
Then I mean, I do yoga as one of my workouts. Sometimes yoga is huffing and puffing, and sometimes it's suffering. I feel that, like, the suffering makes it a workout, right?
Sure.
You have to drink a gallon of water each day. That's what I drink every day.
Great.
I'm 3 pints in. I might have to
Mm-hmm.
go to the bathroom here in a minute. You have to read 10 pages of nonfiction in a book. Ideally a physical book, but it could be an ebook as long as you're not cheating on font size.
Mm-hmm.
I just started, last week I started The Creative Act by Rick Rubin, which I've listened to the audiobook of. Awesome. Rick Rubin, producer, produced the Beastie Boys, among other people.
Nice.
I once went to Rick Rubin's house.
Really?
That's where I met Bill Clinton.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Nice.
It's very funny. While dressed in a candy cane striped suit.
The story kept getting better.
Yeah, exactly. You commit to a diet. And the diet needs to move you in the direction of your health and fitness goals. You choose the diet. However, no cheating at all. Okay, you have to follow the rules of the diet. And no matter what diet you're on, no alcohol. Okay. You also take the most scantily clad picture of yourself that you're willing to take, so you can see how your body changes for the better.
Okay.
And
You do that every day.
Every day, and then like if you have the app, you upload it to the app. So technically speaking, you're uploading your picture somewhere where theoretically somebody could access it, but the app doesn't share it with anybody. So like you don't have to share your picture with anyone. And you don't have to use the app, but like it's a good idea. And because it allows you to scroll through it and see like beginning and end and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then so it's workout twice a day, 45 minutes each. It can't be back to back, by the way. You can't do back to back workouts.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There's got to be a few hours in between in order to make the scheduling hard. Okay. The whole point is for it to be a pain in the ass. Gallon of water, 10 pages of reading, selfie, like progress pic, selfie, stick to a diet, no alcohol, right? So that's 75 hard. You do all those things every day for 75 days. All right. And if you screw up one thing on one day, starting over, baby, back at the beginning. And that's one of the most beneficial parts about 75 hard and how it relates to what you're talking about here today, Eric.
Okay.
It's getting back on the horse.
Yeah, sure.
Things
Right.
go
Okay.
wrong. So often people throw their hands in the air and they're like, I give up. I'm a failure. I quit. And it's like the whiny little voice that says, I don't want to do the work anymore because it's hard. That's called lack of commitment. Why'd you start in the first place?
Yep.
Like there's never been a time that anything that was actually worth doing was easy. Like that's not how it works. That's not how you get better. That's not how you feel pride. That's not how you build your skills. It's not how you like sometimes easy things happen and it's sweet or whatever. But like most of the time, all of the things that end up being worth anything, all the memories that you forge, all of the important moments of your life come as a result of you pushing through to the next level and doing something that sucks in order to like take it up a notch.
Right.
It's those are like the building blocks of character, right?
Oh, I know. Yeah, I was talking about this with my partner last night. I was like, man, this is like a difficult era in life right now. It's like both of us are focused on things that are a lot of hard work, and a lot of it's not necessarily fun. Some of it is.
Right.
What's fun about it is that we're building something for the future, and that's what it takes. It takes showing up for it, and yeah, it's not easy, but it's worth it.
That's right. So 75 hard. Doing those things every day. So I did this this most recent time I did this for 72 days. And then I went to a Christmas party and a almost empty bottle of wine came home with me, and I didn't drink any alcohol at the party. It was fine. No issues. And I was just cleaning up the kitchen, and I decided to take a swig of drink a mouthful of wine. And that's all it was. It wasn't even a big mouthful. It was like a small mouthful.
On day 72 of 75, I remember watching that happen. I was like, Tellman, come on.
And like, it was dumb, but like, I don't actually have a problem with it.
Great.
Like I actually, like what I realized before I even did 75 hard this time was that my life is better usually when I'm on 75 hard. Like I'm more disciplined. I make more progress. I'm more happy. My body's getting in better shape. I'm eating more cleanly. I'm drinking a gallon of water every day. So like all the toxins are getting flushed out of my body every day. Like, my emotions are more stable. I'm more conscious of what I'm putting into my body because I'm following a diet. I'm not drinking any alcohol, which is like, it improves everyone's life.
Totally.
But that's the point, is that obviously like nobody's going to be on 75 hard forever, but developing those micro habits and having them be part of your day. Like I wake up before 5:30 on my own every day before the alarm goes off, unless I went to bed super late and I'm super wiped, you know. I have zero resistance to either doing yoga or exercising. Like when it's time, I just get up, I change my clothes, and I walk out the door, and it's like, boom, right into the cold. Let's go for a run. And there's no griping. There's no internal resistance. And so having a daily routine that activates you and engages you is one of the best ways to deal with things when they go sideways.
Sure.
Is having that already established. It's preventative medicine, right? Having that already established so that you can grab on to as many of those like elements of your daily routine as possible when other shit that's stressful and difficult is blowing up, right?
Exactly.
Especially if your daily routine involves a bunch of things that are stress reducers, like eating well, not drinking alcohol, exercising, drinking a lot of water. Like these are all stress reducers, right?
Totally. Yep. Exactly.
So dealing with the emotional highs and lows of things going sideways is like with a healthy routine. 75 hard is the best thing that I've found so far for me with that. And it really does help. Like it also, you know what it also does? It also helps me to have a sense of purpose even when I don't. Okay, sometimes we're all filled with a sense of purpose and we feel as if we're on the right track and we're being guided and we're in alignment and this is what I should be doing. And like, oh, and there are these like moments of our lives where everything seems to align and that happens. And then when we fall out of that, we're like, oh, something's wrong. Something, but no, actually, like those moments of pure alignment are kind of rare, you know, for a reason. And so,
yeah.
Like, and then just searching for the alignment doesn't get you there.
No, it doesn't.
Right. And so if you're not certain about what you're doing or your business or where you're going, if you don't have confidence in either the person you're learning from or in yourself, or if you don't have confidence in both, it can feel pretty like isolating and lonely and directionless. And I felt that way many times in my life. Like when businesses are making tons of money, I feel like I'm aligned. And when they're crashing and burning, I feel like they're unaligned, you know. But like that's also part of the cycle of businesses, you know, and ideas. They come to life, they blossom, they grow, they hit their peak, and then they die like a flower almost. And so, the idea, well, for me, like if I have to get up and exercise at 5:30 a.m. when the alarm goes off, there's not, or when my eyes open and I check the clock to see what time it is, like if it's after 5 a.m., I'm getting up, you know, and there's no, oh, I want to lay in bed longer or hitting the snooze button.
5 more minutes.
If I hit the snooze button, I'm not going to get my workout in. And if I don't get my workout in, I'm not going to make breakfast. And if I don't have time to make breakfast, then I'm not going to, you know, do all the various things that I need to do in order to like get here by 9 a.m. to turn the camera on and start the show.
Yeah,
like
ripples,
you know. And so and this is a schedule I created for myself. It's not like this was imposed on me, but like I do find that the busier my schedule is consistently, the happier I am, and the more money I make, the more progress that I make. But yeah, dude, I would recommend A, 75 hard or something similar, and B, I would recommend that. So what I just described to you with 75 hard is phase 0. Okay, that's the warm-up. It's the warm-up phase.
All right.
Okay. There are 3 more phases after that, and they get progressively harder and more immersive. And the phase 1 it has three things. It has 10 minutes of visualization of your goals. I think hypnosis would count.
Mm-hmm.
Like listening to a hypnosis session.
Yep.
5-minute cold shower, cold as you can get your shower to go, bracing. You're in Texas, so it doesn't even count.
It's been pretty cold here lately.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Not
it's.
Vermont,
I
not
realize
by
it's a
Vermont
very. I
standards,
know it's
but
an unusual cold snap right now. I do get that, but that's certainly the exception.
yeah, for sure.
Um, because like Vermont doesn't even get snow anymore. Texas is getting it all. No, it's like so little snow in New England now. It's great. And then so number one is cold shower. Number two is 10 minutes of visualization. And number three is critical tasks. So add 3 more of your critical tasks for the day that will make the biggest difference. And this is a lot like the shit list. And so these don't have to be business oriented, because if you're not an entrepreneur, you can still do 75 hard. But they're like, what are the 3 things that you need to do today that will make the biggest difference moving toward your goals that you're not already going to do today? That's not part of your normal standardized daily routine. We're going to take it up. And it doesn't have to be the same 3 things every day, but it could be. So that's phase 1. Anyway, then there's phase 2 and phase 3 after that. So I'm on day 14 of phase 0 right now. And I feel like my life is together more when I have this type of routine. And I've been very routine resistant my whole life. So it's weird that I'm like getting into this right now, but it is really helping me out a lot. I love it. So do you have any other questions about 75 hard or how it works? Or
It sounds pretty straightforward. And I've heard you talk about it and watched you go through it for a long time.
Yeah. Ori is starting 75 hard up right now.
I saw that.
He had a
Yeah.
rough first day yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Did you see his post?
I did. It was at like 5 in the morning when I saw it. My eyes weren't fully adjusted to my screen yet, but I was gonna look back at that later in the day.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
Yep.
So all right, well, dude, if you want to do 75 hard, let me know. We have a little group if you
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So does that address some of the challenges that you've been facing around like what to do when shit hits the fan? Well, like when things blow. Oh, actually, there's another piece. But yeah, did you have any other questions about when shit hits the fan or thoughts?
I guess. So here's a question. Do you find that when you're doing 75 hard and something goes sideways in your life that would normally feel more derailing, do you find that having the structure and discipline and momentum from doing 75 hard, does that carry into your business activities and focus, or how does that play out for you?
Yeah. Commercial break. So if you guys want to get more shit done, join the Get Shit Done productivity cult for entrepreneurs. The link is down below our beards. So the way that it I totally don't even remember your question. What was I distracted myself. What was the question?
Yeah, when you're doing 75 hard.
Yeah.
And something goes sideways in your life that would normally derail you.
Right.
Do you find that having the structure and discipline of doing the 75 hard, does that help you maintain focus on your business goals?
Right. So those are, I would say those are 2 questions. So the first one is that what 75 hard does for me is it helps me to prioritize my priorities no matter what. Okay. And there's a dark side to this that I want to talk about. I was going to bring this around. I was going to bring it up anyway, but like, that doesn't mean that like, look, I started 75 hard over twice because my priorities were clearly in somewhere else. Like I had a mouthful of wine, and strangely enough, on New Year's Eve, I decided to reset 75 hard a couple of days later again because I decided to drink some hard cider. I was at a New Year's Eve party, and I was like, I reset this 2 days ago or whatever,
Yep.
or a week ago. I might as well just reset it again and have a good time. And so that's what I did. And the funny part was, like, I didn't even drink enough alcohol to feel it. It didn't really make me feel any happier. And I woke up the next day with a headache. I was like,
Oh,
fuck this.
shit.
Like, I'm done. This is ridiculous.
Yep.
Like, stupidest thing ever.
Mhm.
Because my like alcohol tolerance is super low because I haven't been drinking alcohol for 3 months,
Yep.
But what it actually does is it creates not just the routine, but it creates a certainty that I'm going to follow through on something when I make a commitment to do it. So
Mhm.
there's no internal struggle around it.
Mhm.
I don't think the challenge is, are there things that are blowing up in your life right now? That I think the challenge is the internal struggle over what to prioritize and being pulled in these different directions. And that's kind of like being out of alignment. And so when you know that you're going to show up, you're going to show up on time, you're going to be awesome, and you're going to do it every damn time, period. It's like a belief in yourself. It's
Mhm.
like knowing, it's like just knowing that you have your own back completely. Like
Right. Okay.
no fucking around. And so I've had plenty of shit blow up in my life while I was doing 75 hard. 75, just the exercise alone is a bare minimum of 90 minutes a day. It's an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half I could have spent dealing with whatever was blowing up in my life, whether
Yep.
whether it was a family member's health, whether it was my own anxiety, whether it was a miscommunication, argument, relationship problem with one of my kids, with my ex-wife, with my girlfriend, with my sister, with my mom, with my dad, right? Like these are all relationships that I have that sometimes like go awry. Fortunately,
Mhm.
not too often these days, but sometimes like something goes south, yeah, you know what I
Sure.
mean? Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
sometimes the house catches on fire. And so and that also doesn't mean that like just because I'm doing 75 hard, that doesn't mean that there will never be a time when something else of higher priority gets in the way. Like if you get in a car accident and you're in a coma, or you have like 5 compound fractures, you're probably not going to be exercising
No.
twice a
Yeah.
day,
Not for a while.
right? So like maybe you can do rehab in a few months. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? But like, so it does. So the problem is when you call it beast mode. The problem is when you go into beast mode, you put the blinders on. You're like, I'm
Mhm.
gonna get the shit done. I'm gonna get it done, dun, 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 right? And that's
Yep.
good. It's good to have that mode.
Mhm.
It's exceptionally non-relational.
I've
So
noticed. Yeah, for sure.
it's basically, I'm gonna prioritize getting this shit done over you. Sorry, whoever you is. I got other
Mhm.
shit to do. Leave me alone.
Yep.
It's very isolating and
Mhm.
uncaring to the people in your life most of the time. They could be employees, they could be team members, they could be family members, they could be, yeah, significant
Yep.
other, relationship, whatever. Um, could be pets, could be plants. Like there are lots of things that you need to neglect by going into beast mode.
It's true. Yeah.
And when you do that for too long, you get divorced. Okay,
Right.
as an example.
Mhm.
So, like putting the blinders on and just working is a gear. It's not the gear,
Mhm.
right? And so it's really important that you can move in and out of that when you need to, but stay like work hard without being an asshole is kind of like
Yeah,
the thing,
totally.
right? Like, work hard, but be present. And so
Mm-hmm.
who do we have here? We have James Moss. James Moss says, excellent. What's up, James? I would love to hear what
Hey,
you feel is excellent. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you. And we've got
discipline.
Joel. I think Joel might know you.
Yeah, Joel.
Oh, Joel. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey,
Rock and
Joel.
roll. That's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
discipline. That's
What
what.
about
Uh-huh.
discipline? Yeah. So yeah, one of the challenges, and this is also one of the challenges of working from home, I might add, is that
It
like
is.
that the lines are blurry, if not
Mm-hmm.
non-existent, between personal life and business life. Both
Mm-hmm.
time bleeds into each other, meals bleed into each other, conversations bleed into each other. One thing I don't recommend is starting a business with your significant other and then becoming their boss. Don't do that.
Oh God.
No,
Yeah.
and living
That's a
together
better.
and working together, it creates a very, very difficult dynamic to navigate, in my experience. So, the idea here is that if you just go into beast mode and double down, you're literally ignoring everything else. And the trick is to be motivated and focused and committed and working hard, but not have the blinders on. Be open to seeing the whole world. Don't lock yourself out and get in your own little
Mm-hmm.
box. There's a time for that. But like
Yeah.
the price is every other relationship in your life.
Right. I mean, I feel like it can be good to have that kind of laser focus for blocks of time in a day, but not to like have the entire day, days on end, go through that way. I
And
mean, there's been lots of periods in my life where I've just been in deep solitude and it was very sustainable for me to maintain that level of focus, and it wasn't affecting anyone around me so much. And that's changed considerably. So yeah, I do have to be more conscious and aware of and just open and yeah, block out my time more effectively.
yeah, and I mean, there's an argument for co-working spaces. There's an
Mhm.
argument for getting an office. There's an argument for renting a studio that is
Yep,
outside the house specifically to set up some of those kind of like emotional and energetic and time boundaries around your business and your work so that they're not always getting confused, right?
for sure.
Um,
Yeah.
and so, uh, yeah, but yeah, I mean, these are real challenges, right? Like
Mhm.
it's real stuff that comes up. So,
Yep.
awesome. So, all right, you want to talk about get shit done?
Yeah, let's talk about get shit done.
So check it out. Check it out. So I had a really cool conversation with Torger. Okay.
Torger. I've
Yeah.
heard you mention Torger in the past.
Torger's my son. Yeah, he's 18.
That's why. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, but I don't think you've ever met him.
No, I
Um,
haven't.
he doesn't jump on a lot of my live streams.
Yep.
Torger's graduating from high school this year. He's been
Mhm.
surrounded by marketing his entire life. Jody's a copywriter. I'm a copywriter and marketer,
Mhm.
serial entrepreneur. He's been surrounded by internet marketing his entire life. And he also kind of has many personality traits in common with me, one of which is I'm doing my own thing. I'm not following your footsteps. And so he's been like intentionally not getting into marketing or whatever. He's just kind of doing the rebellious thing. And who knows where he'll end up going. But one thing that he really, 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 really has always loved, and I have to a fault as well, where I have to like cut myself off, is video games. Like he's a video game.
Okay.
He's really, really really into video games and
Okay.
always has been.
Yeah.
I loved video games when I was young. I still have a couple of
Mm.
games on my phone that I play too much almost all the time unless I delete them all. So like
Mhm.
I like escaping into the video game world. And um but I don't have any video games on my computer. I don't have a video game console or a TV set up anywhere that I can play video games on. Like I intentionally limit my
Well, that's
ability
good.
to
Yeah.
waste time on video games
Yeah.
because it's like a drug for me, right?
Oh,
And so Torger, I was talking to him about Get Shit Done. Did I tell you this already?
no.
Okay, I think I was going to talk to you about it yesterday, but obviously
Oh, okay,
you had some
right.
shit
Yep.
hit the fan yesterday.
Yep.
So Torger, and I were talking about. I was in the car. I was driving him somewhere, and I was telling him about what we're doing with Get Shit Done, and he helped me to gamify the idea. He's like, "Oh, you're just doing Patreon, right?" And he's like, "Oh, here's how you should do it." He's like, "Here's what you're He's like, "So Get Shit Done's the free level. Get more shit done is the low ticket paid level. Phase 2. Phase 1 is free. Phase 2 is like 47, 49 bucks a month, which is what we're currently charging for the community. Phase 3 is like $297 a month, and let's get even more shit done.
Okay.
Phase 4, I think, is going to be like $1,000 a month. So get shit done, get more shit done, get even more shit done is phase 3. Phase 4 is get all the shit done.
Get all of it. Yeah.
And phase 5 is you're the shit.
You're the shit. Yeah.
Okay, so
I
watch
like that.
this. Phase 0 is the free community, which is more or less what we have now with a whole bunch more bells and whistles.
Yep.
Phase 2 is the paid community. And and I have to and that's probably going to be like more work parties, definitely more hypnosis sessions and coursework. And yeah, I would guess more get shit done courses, things like this, more training. Phase 3 is the group coaching program, and that's the roughly $297 a month version. And I need to figure out exactly what the fulfillment is, but basically it's one-to-many group. So like you're going to be working with me, in some capacity. Phase 4, which is get all the shit done, is the mastermind, and the mastermind is much higher level. And not only is it much higher level, but it's also really focused on not you just doing the shit, but you're getting all the shit done now. We're gonna teach you how to build a team and how to train your team to get shit done.
Awesome. Yeah,
Right.
it's
So we're
really
getting
next
leverage
level.
by expanding in phase 4. And then phase 5 is private clients and working with me one-on-one.
Cool.
So that's the 5 phases. And I think phase 0 is going to be free. And this is not written in stone. This is like rough draft. Phase 1. And so here's the other thing. This is like, I'm a little afraid to say, like, honestly, I'm a little afraid to say this on like a public live stream, but so I've been studying school deeply, and I've joined several groups that are run by people mostly in their 20s, I think, that have won the school games, which we want to do with Get Shit Done, and who teach people how to launch on school and how to build successful school, a successful community on school. And I'm certain that I haven't joined all the groups, and I haven't been through all the training, but I've started joining some of the groups and going through some of the training and seeing who's out there, who's doing what. And I'm starting to see a pattern. And the pattern that I'm starting to see is that my understanding, and they may have actually changed for January, so I need to go in and look at the updated rules. But my understanding of the way you win the school games happen every month. Winner flies down to hang out with Hermosi for the day and wins a Cybertruck or $100,000 in cash. Literally everyone in my life except you, and who else was it? We had one other Cybertruck Was it Jeff? Who else said I should get a Cybertruck?
I can't remember, but yeah, I think you
What?
should definitely get the truck.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not taking the money, guys. That's not how I roll. Like, that's so anticlimactic. I'm like, I know it could be my college fund for my kid, but like, come on. Anyway, so I really want to win the Cybertruck because I don't want to buy a Cybertruck.
Mhm.
And so this happens every month, and the way that you win is I believe the way the rules work is one community owner is the person who wins. And being a community owner means all of the communities that you own under your account on school. Cumulatively, how much is your increased monthly recurring revenue over last month? Who has had the greatest increase in their monthly recurring, in their MRR in the last 30 days? That's who wins the school games. Okay.
Mhm.
And so and one of the things that almost everyone is doing is, in classic direct response marketing style, they're giving away something for free in order to get people on their list. Okay, this is nothing new, but the way that we're getting people on that people are getting people on their list now, for the most part, is by joining their free community. And when you join the free community, what do you get? You get a free course about your topic. Okay, it's like a free 10-part mini course. Okay, it could be like an hour of content broken up into 10 6-minute videos, right? So on whatever topic: tennis, miming, tying knots, doing backflips, vegan cooking,
Mhm.
multi-level marketing, whatever, right? So now again, this isn't the only way to do it. Another thing that people are doing is, instead of a course, it's really a course, but instead of a course, they call it a challenge. And maybe
Mhm.
that challenge is delivered over 3 days or 7 days in a series of webinars. Still a course, just delivered in live webinar format instead of pre-recorded video. Slightly different format, right? Same idea. So people are getting people into their free group to get them on their list. And the community, if it's built right, is way, way, way more engaged than a normal email list. Okay, email lists are I mean, I've been preaching email marketing and list building for 20 years, dude, and
Yep.
it is still the goal. The money is in the list. That hasn't changed. What has changed is, how do we communicate with our list? And what appears to be one of the best ways to communicate with one's list right now is through the right community platform. Okay, that doesn't mean skip email. It doesn't mean skip SMS. Do all those things. But especially your really engaged people, they'll be way, way more engaged in a good community platform than they will just as a recipient of your emails, right?
Totally.
So step one is get them in your community, and then make everyone feel welcome. Give everybody a lot of cool stuff. Be really supportive. Hopefully create a mutually supportive community. Make it cool in there, right? Throw a party, make it cool, invite everybody you know. Okay. That's how you start. And then you add a paid community. Okay. You add a low ticket paid community. And now you can do a free trial, free 7-day trial to a low ticket paid community. And so this begins to establish your monthly recurring revenue. It begins to establish your baseline of like predictable income for your business, and it continues to create more connection. And while people are hanging out in your free and your paid community, you also have at least one high ticket program on the back end that
Mhm.
you sell, either via sales call, via converting to high ticket via messenger on school, or if you have a sales letter or a sales video or a evergreen webinar that drives people to your high ticket, that's also an option. But what most people are doing is essentially doing a classic sales call, a strategy session, it's an onboarding call for a community onboarding call, right? And so there are a bunch of different ways you can do this. I think the way we're going to do it is probably like we're going to create you a get shit done action plan, right? And you're going to walk away with a really clear action plan of exactly what you need to do over the next year in order to hit your goals.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to help you do it if you want some accountability and you want some training and you want some structure. If you don't just want to rely on yourself, you want a coach, come join us. There's a few different ways to do that, right? So, and what I think we're going to have is we'll probably start by doing a 99-day sprint where you have one particular thing that you're really trying to accomplish in the next 99 days. Okay. And maybe you're going to try to double your income and double the size of your list, or maybe you're going to launch your community, or maybe you're going to, do a product launch, or maybe you're going to, launch your podcast and start doing webinars, or, launch your Shopify store, whatever you're going to do. Right. You're going to do it in the next 99 days, and we're going to give you the structure and the accountability to move forward on it. We're not going to teach you how to do it, but we're going to give you the structure and the accountability to move forward on it within a frame. We're going to be your coach to move forward and make it happen. And that will probably be somewhere in the like $1,000 to $5,000 range, is my guess. And then maybe that will be available to people in the $300 community, be like $1,000 program that lasts 3 months. If you're in a $300 a month community, like that's the same thing. You know what I mean? So we could sell it as a one-off, or just be part of the community and you get it for free. And then it could be like the $5,000 program could be similar, so actually that could be a way we could do it. So anyway, the point is you have a high ticket sale, and then somehow those could be tracked back to be content within appropriate community levels,
Mm-hmm.
So you end up with four different levels of recurring revenue coming in, plus high ticket sales on the back end to continue to fuel the business while you're building all your foundational subscription revenue. And what I think is that this staircase type ascension model, the ascension model is nothing new. Dan Kennedy's been teaching that longer than I've been alive. And so this ascension model within a subscription environment creates, number one, fewer people like doing the high ticket sales, where that high ticket world is got very aggressive and weird. And customers got very resistant to the whole idea. And so moving into a subscription model is a lower commitment, right? And then at the same time, as the economy changes, as markets change, like there's going to be more people that tend to go to the higher levels or the lower levels. Like maybe we're going to get a lot more people in the lower levels. Like maybe there'll be an explosion of people, of thousands and thousands of people on phase 2. Right.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, if like the wonderful wide world of credit cards has a huge boom again, and all of a sudden everybody has unlimited credit, then all of a sudden high ticket sales are going to skyrocket again, right? And so like having all of those levels built into your business creates an unbelievable foundation. And so anyway, I think that I have at this point definitely a 7-figure business mapped out.
I'd say
probably a high 7-figure business, but with the way this looks, I think it's an 8-figure business, which would be bigger than any business I've ever started before. So,
great.
And then, so here's the thing. Each one of those 5 levels, each one of those 5 phases, see, school is gamified. Okay. Each one of the 5 phases is technically a separate community. So they all need to be managed. It's a lot of managing. Okay. And not only do they need to be managed, not only are they a separate community, but like when you're in the like, okay, so there's going to be theoretically there's going to be fewer and fewer people in each community as you go from low all the way to high,
Right.
right? And oh, that was the other thing. So the other thing that we're going to do is we'll do definitely get shit done workshops, but we can do specific get shit done workshops. So for example, we can do get your webinar done workshop.
Totally. Yep.
We're in like 3 hours we launch your webinar. You know, get your email list launched workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Start your community workshop. Whatever, like very practical, boom, boom, boom. But all of these different levels take output, time, effort, energy. Trying to like start them all at once is not a good idea. But yeah, each one of the communities has 9 separate levels. So that's 5 phases, I think, 5 communities in the staircase, each with 9 levels. That's 45 sublevels.
Whoa. Okay.
And so I've been working with Chat GPT for the past couple of days
Mm-hmm.
to figure out what all those sublevels are
Wow.
and what unlocks, because you have to get more points by
Mm-hmm.
interacting and getting likes and comments on your stuff to rise in the ranks, to rise in the levels.
Yep.
And so and you can be paying in the community without rising in the level. But if you rise in the level, you want to get cool stuff. And so the question is, that's 45 different things that need to unlock, like 45 treasures that we need to unlock for people as they ascend in the levels.
Mm-hmm.
And ChatGPT doesn't know what all I have that I've already
Right.
created. So it's
Yep.
just
Yep.
coming up with ideas that will
Yep.
all take a lot of work to create. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm trying to figure out exactly, like, strategically what should be in each level that keeps
Right.
people motivated and wanting to get all the goods, get all
Mm-hmm.
the but calling them treasures or something like that. Something game oriented. What do you think I should call them? Like bonuses, unlock.
I like treasures. Everybody wants a treasure, right?
It's true.
I mean, a bonus is cool, but a treasure is better.
Yeah.
A bonus, it could be a little, I don't know, treasure just implies value.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have hundreds of recorded hypnosis sessions. So I
I
guess
know
the
you
place
do.
to
Yeah.
start would just be like each level gets a hypnosis session. Like that would be
Mm-hmm.
like the place to start, and then I can
Yep.
change it up.
Yep.
Or some of my old courses about about marketing or different things that,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I have way more than 45 things I can give people.
You have a lot of things already created. Yeah, no, it's true.
Okay, cool. Well, anyway, so that's the idea, is 5 levels of community, workshops, webinars, and high ticket backends.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we're building. And so what I think is going to happen next is, I think I have to make sure that this is the smartest move, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to take our existing Get Shit Done community on school and move that back to free.
Yep.
And then really delineate what they're getting on phase 2 for paid. So it's so awesome, everybody wants to upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
But not mastermind level awesome, because that's up at level 4,
Exactly. Yeah.
right?
No, I think having the front door open with the free community is a great idea. It gets people involved, it gets people more exposed to what's even happening, and they can see the value that's in there and they can see the value that's at the next level. Whereas if
The,
they're standing outside the door, it's like, yeah, they can hear us talking about it, but until they actually experience it, they're not going to really get the, or like understand the level of value they'll get inside there.
And one of the whole ideas here is that like we're gonna have a hard time doing paid advertising for Get Shit Done because of the swear.
I know it. I've
Okay.
been thinking about that too.
And so just being like, look, we instead of investing our advertising dollars in marketing, we're going to invest them in creating an amazing community platform for you guys. And honestly, one of the number one reasons that you're not getting enough shit done is because you don't have enough support. Okay. And so we want to get you the support that you need. And it starts by you being supportive and inviting in the support that you need. Starting with your first accountability buddy and your Get Shit Done first accountability buddy, and then building your accountability team. Right. And that's like the first step to getting shit done is getting shit done with people who care about you and who you care about. So invite them in, you know, because they're not going to see an ad from us, you know, kind of a thing.
Right. Yep.
So anyway, yeah, that was kind of the idea. And oh, you're gonna like this part, dude. So right now I'm calling the 5 communities phases. I was also thinking about calling them worlds or realms. But right now I'm saying phases. And but then I was like, well, but what about the Get Shit Done Facebook group, which is free? What about the Get Shit Done page? What about the Get Shit Done Instagram, right? What about the Get Shit Done YouTube account that is going to have, you know, the Get Shit Done episodes that we're doing right now? Because right now they're just going on to my account and our various socials. And so I was like, oh, I get it now. So all of the social platforms, every single one of them are rabbit holes. Okay. And I want you to think about every single one of them as rabbit holes to the Get Shit Done universe. And our job is to catch their attention with the white rabbit and get them to follow the white rabbit down the rabbit hole.
I like it. It's almost more like the Get Shit Done multiverse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so they're coming in from Instagram and they're coming in from Facebook groups and Facebook profiles. They're coming in from our members, inviting them in. They're coming in from, you know, all sorts of places. Sorry, I'm dog sitting my girlfriend's dog, and I think there must be somebody dropping a package at the door or something.
Oh, okay.
And so what I was imagining, actually, I want to read you an email. What I was imagining was like Alice in Wonderland style ads, like social posts, where the call to action is follow the white rabbit.
Nice. That's great.
And so I was working on this yesterday with a custom written overcome everything ChatGPT agent. Okay. And this agent, I mean, I spent quite some time on it. I actually did this yesterday during the Get Shit Done work party. By the way, guys, if you haven't joined the Get Shit Done community yet, then you probably want to. And here's why. One thing that we do in our Get Shit Done community is every week we do a work party. And right now we're doing them on Mondays at noon Eastern. A work party is where you set aside a block of time. Right now we're doing an hour where you knock out the most important mission critical action items on your list. We call that your shit list that you need to get done that will move your business the most. It really move the needle for you. But they're also the things that you avoid doing. They're the things that you procrastinate on, the things that you don't like to do. They make you feel dumb. They make you feel inadequate. They make you feel uneasy. You have enormous resistance. These are the things that we tackle. So if you want to stop making excuses and start getting shit done, come join the link below our beard, follow the white rabbit, and come join the community. Right now it's a 7-day free trial, and then $49 a month. You get the Get Shit Done session. You get the Get Shit Done system. You get the $10,000 per month session. You get the Overcome Procrastination session, and you get a chance to win a whole bunch more cool stuff. So come join the Get Shit Done community. We'd love to see you on the inside. We're calling it a productivity cult for entrepreneurs. So if that sounds cool to you, then please come join us. So this email, oh yeah, this is a really good one. So, dude, so it's from future me. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And the subject line is, you need to read this now. Okay. Tellman, I thought long and hard about whether I should send this, because if you read it, if you truly take this message to heart, there's a chance everything will change. Your path, your choices, your future, my future. But here's the thing. I'm willing to risk it. Right now, I'm sitting in a quiet room, bathed in golden sunlight, filtering through massive floor-to-ceiling windows. There's a breeze drifting in from the ocean below, carrying the scent of salt water and wildflowers. The house, I can't even describe it fully. It's everything we've ever dreamed of. Polished wood floors, walls filled with books, and corners where sunlight and shadows play like old friends. It's peaceful here. On the desk in front of me sits a notebook, its pages full of sketches and ideas for the next project I'm working on, a passion project that lights me up in ways I didn't think were possible. This life feels like a dream, except it isn't. It's real. I'm writing this because I can remember exactly where you are right now. I remember the uncertainty, the frustration of feeling like you're meant for more, but somehow stuck. You're stuck in patterns that you didn't even realize were holding you back. Procrastination, doubt, fear of truly believing you could have all this. I remember that version of us vividly, and I want to tell you something important. This life didn't happen by accident. I didn't just wake up one day here surrounded by success, joy, and freedom. It started with a single life-changing decision. I booked a private hypnosis session with Tellman. The session wasn't just hypnosis. It was a moment of clarity. I faced the beliefs and habits that had kept me trapped for years. I saw how procrastination had robbed me of time, and how my limited money mindset had quietly dictated what I thought I deserved. Tellman showed me how to shift it all. It wasn't instant magic, but that session gave me the tools to act, to stop hesitating, to stop holding back. And here, everything after that started to change. That's why I'm sending this message back through time. I need you to understand how much is waiting for you, how much you're capable of, but only if you take the first step. Schedule your session with Tellman here. It's pay what it's worth, so there's no risk. Just trust me. Trust yourself and take the leap. I promise you, it's worth it. Love always, future Tellman. Okay? Then there's a picture of a white rabbit.
Oh, nice.
And a rabbit hole. And
Okay.
it says, this is where it gets good. P.S. I had the strangest dream last night. I think it's important you hear it. In the dream, I was standing on a quiet hillside overlooking the ocean. The horizon stretched endlessly, but suddenly, from the corner of my eye, I saw a white rabbit darting through the tall grass. It was wearing a waistcoat. Yes, a waistcoat, and holding a gold pocket watch. But before I could even question it, the rabbit turned and looked straight at me. Follow me, it said. So I did. The rabbit led me to the edge of a glowing rabbit hole. Without hesitation, I jumped in and landed in a world unlike anything you've ever seen. They called it GSD, short for Get Shit Done. It was a place of limitless energy where everyone was alive with purpose. Entrepreneurs gathered there to focus, to act, to build their dreams. There was no procrastination, no fear, no excuses, just a sense of momentum and possibility. The rabbit turned to me and spoke again. This is where it starts. Tell them to come here. Tell them to see it for themselves. And that's a link. That's when I woke up, And I knew this wasn't just a dream. It was a glimpse into what's possible for you. You've got a ticket to GSD waiting for you. Follow the rabbit here. When you join, you'll get a 7-day free trial and your first Get Shit Done session for free. I'm not exaggerating when I say this could change everything. See you on the other side. Love, Future Tellman.
That's great.
Pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, it's compelling and engaging.
So that anyway, follow the White Rabbit, join the Get Shit Done school group below our beards. That's right. And everything will change for you if you take the steps to change it for yourself. Seriously.
And
Rock and
follow the
roll.
White Rabbit.
Follow the White Rabbit.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Cool. Well, Eric, we've been going for an hour and 15, a little bit long. Is there anything else that you want to say before we wrap here today?
Yeah, maybe just quickly circle back to, I mean, you were talking about your experience with 75 hard. You were talking about diet. You were talking about drinking a gallon of water a day. One thing that came to mind listening to you talk about that is, what kind of water are you drinking? Because there's a lot of people are focused on diet. It's great to focus on nutrition. That's a really important aspect. But if you think about it, our bodies are made out of about 70% water. And it's something that a lot of people overlook is, what kind of water are you drinking? Because if are you drinking tap water? Are you drinking bottled water? What kind of bottled water? Basically anything in a bottle or out of the tap, and even a lot of spring water, is going to be acidic, and most significantly, it's going to be oxidative to your body. Where I'm going with that is, I'm working with these incredible water ionizers that create alkaline water that's not only alkalized, but it's antioxidative to your body, which is incredible. I mean, 1 cup of this water is equivalent to about 1.5 liters of fresh blueberries and antioxidant properties. So it's incredibly beneficial to your body. And this is the product that I'm working with to run my business. And this is your invitation to learn more about that inside my Facebook group, Pure Path to Prosperity. It's a high ticket network marketing type situation. We're working together as a team, lots of mutual support. We provide you with all the training you need. So experience is not, you don't need prior experience. And yeah, hope to see you on the inside of Pure Path to Prosperity.
Yeah, so that's an interesting point, Eric. I hadn't even made that connection between the gallon of water and Kagan. And that right there is a way that so one thing that happens every single time I make a like a short Facebook Live and or a reel about my 75 hard check-in is that's always my most popular stuff.
Yep.
I'm like, come on, guys, I'm teaching you really smart stuff over here, but you don't care. You just want to know whether I'm succeeding at failing at 75 hard. The answer is yes. And so if you were to do 75 hard and definitely drink ionized, Kagan water every day, you could do the video of you filling your gallon with the machine, and you could talk about it, and you could talk about what's happening to your body every day as you go through that. And then you could even get other people in your group who are doing Kagan to jump on 75 hard as a way of promoting. So it's
a really cool idea.
Really indirect way of promoting. Like you should totally get like a Kagan sticker and put it on that giant blue jug of yours.
Right. Yeah.
And or get Pure Path to Prosperity jugs that people can buy. You know what I mean? Like get gallon-sized jugs that say Pure Path to Prosperity that you could sell. And so the point is, that's an example of a really easy way for you to get attention by doing 75 hard, and then regularly bring it back to 1 gallon of ionized water. And here's why. And here's the difference, right? That would totally work for you. Like
That would.
daily video check-in on 75 hard with an emphasis on I'm drinking Kagan water. Why? Let me tell you why.
No, that's great. I like that idea.
Yeah.
It would keep me on track with things. It would help.
Yeah, it's all there.
Yeah, it's all there, all the elements. But yeah, Pure Path to Prosperity is my Facebook group. You can look it up on Facebook. Easy to find, and I'll see you on the inside.
How many members you got?
287, 88.
Yeah. Last night I was at 337.
Great. Cool.
It is cool because it's like I definitely see the auto invite feature working. Like
It's working.
like there are a few people that come in every day and
Yep.
just in the background, which definitely has never been the case like in other groups. Like it normally takes a while, and so that's very exciting. So I think Eric must be getting a phone call right now because sometimes he goes all dark when a phone call comes in, or maybe his phone died. I don't know what happened. We'll have to wait and see whether or not he comes back. But guys, thank you so much. If you want to get involved with Eric in his network marketing group, go look up Pure Path to Prosperity on Facebook. And if you'd like to join us at Get Shit Done, oh, there he is. I'll bring him back. Then join us over at school.com/get-shit-done/about. And now he's gone again. Where is that guy going? All right, I'll have to remove him. All right, rock and roll. Are you back, Eric? Should I put you back on? Give me a yes or a no. No, you're gone. All right, so I'm just gonna say bye, Eric. Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. Over and out. Bye.